This is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. What time is it? 6:45 a.m. 74 degrees out currently right now. It's gonna hit a high of 90 degrees today. Had to get out early, but I'm telling you, I don't know whether I should have come out. I don't know if you can see, but it's really hazy out here. I don't know if it's smoke or what. Doesn't look like fog. Is it fog? Either way, I smell something really bad out here. Doesn't even smell like smoke. I have no idea what it is. They said that the air quality today is really bad. They're not kidding. It's really bad. So what am I riding today? I'm gonna pull over and show you. Let's find a spot here. I'm gonna pull over. Let me pull over here. All right, typically I don't go on this trail anymore, but I just want to use it so I can show you the bike. Let's move it over here. This is the U-Free Solar Sparrow chain. You might notice I've made some changes to this bike. Yeah, I added some accessories here. We have the trunk bag from U-Free right there. Yeah, they sent this to me before. I just took it off one of the bikes and put it on here. I think I had it on the other Solar Sparrow, the original one. I put one of the stem bags that they have. Yep, that's right here. I have a water bottle in there. I put on a side view mirror. This one's made by Hafni. I think I would have rather had the X-Needle, but I don't have any more. And then you can't really tell on this one, but I made a change to this as well, and I also made a change to the stem as well. We'll talk about that in a minute here, okay? So these are the changes that happened. Oh, I also took the bell, rotated it a little bit here so that I can access this easier so your thumb doesn't get stuck between this and the display screen of the gear shifter. All right, let's get back out and we'll talk a little bit. I'm just gonna ride through here, then we'll get on to the other side. So what did I change? Well, U-Free sent me some modifications to the bike, since I kind of complained a little bit that it was a little bit too short for me, because as you know, I like a really long leg extension, probably more so than maybe the average person would want. I usually try to get as much leg extension out of a bike as I can. So they heard it, and so they sent me a saddle extender. Yeah, I don't think they sell it. I looked on the website. I don't think they sell it. They must have bought it and gave it to me. I have no idea. If they sell it, then okay. But if they don't, what it does is, here, I'll show you a picture of it. It's kind of hard to see it, but basically this comes off of the saddle itself, and then you replace it with this other one. And if you look at the before and after photo, you'll see that the one that came with it, that's on the bottom of the saddle, is about an inch and a half, maybe, something like that, shorter than the one that they gave me. So it raises it. It's a saddle raiser. It raises the saddle up about an inch to inch and a half, something like that. Do I feel the difference? Yeah, I do feel it. It does help a little bit. I mean, if it was a little bit more, it'd be even better for me. But hey, it's better than nothing. So thank you to U-Free for that. And then they sent me a 110 millimeter adjustable handlebar stem. Now that handlebar stem is typical of what's on the Stellar Falcons, mid-step Stellar Falcons. So it'll raise this up a little higher. Plus what I did is, instead of angled forward, I made it straight, almost vertical, made it straight up and down. That raises it even higher for me, brings it a little closer for me too. So I'm now really kind of sitting pretty much upright. yeah, I'm not leaning forward at all, because again, this has a swept back handle. The swept back handle on this one seems to be a little bit less than the swept back handlebar that's on the City Robin 3. Okay, so it's still back, but not quite as much as the City Robin 3's handlebar. Yeah, so kind of a compromise between the two, between a straight and a swept back. But there's enough here. Let's take a look. See, there's enough of a sweep there. So yeah, I appreciate these changes that they gave me. They gave it to me a while ago. I just haven't had a chance to put it on. I says, I got to put it on. I feel bad that I didn't have it on yet. So yeah, is it helping? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just an even an inch and a half more gives me a little bit more height for a better leg extension. And then of course, adding that stem change makes a difference too. Now, I would have preferred to have the XNito mirror on this bike because of the curved back and everything, but I have a number of the half-knee mirrors that came off of bikes that I had in the past. I said, well, I got to utilize it. I mean, these are good mirrors too. It's just they're more expensive than the XNito. They don't stick out quite as much, but yeah, the way I have it angled, it seems to be working out okay. So yeah, you can use one of these. XNito's mirrors like $18.99. I think these are like $29.99, something like that. There's a link in my description of all my videos of the various accessories. And if you ever wanted to find out even more accessory things, just go to the russisright.com website. It'll redirect you to the russisright.blogspot.com website, and in there you'll see a post about the accessories. All right, where are we going here? Let's take a right out of here. Yeah, I don't think I should be outside. I mean, it's really bad. The air quality is super bad. This is the worst I've smelled it. And yeah, I don't think I want to stay out here that long. I think we'll just ride around here a little bit and then call it a day. They said our air qualities and temperatures, especially the air qualities, won't change until at least Sunday. Today's Thursday as I'm riding this bike. Yeah, man, it's awful. I mean, if it was smoke, I could tell it's smoke, but man, it doesn't even smell like smoke. I don't know what it is. It'll probably kill me as I stay out here. I'm not gonna pedal much today. It'll just make me breathe harder. Forget it. We're gonna throttle it for a while. Let's go forward. Usually we'll take a left turn over there, but let's go forward a little bit. So this bike, as all of my bikes have been unlocked to 28 miles per hour, but I'm still doing my best to try to stay within around the 20, 21, 22 miles an hour range. I only have the 28 there as an emergency purpose. In case I need to get out of a certain situation quickly, at least I have the power to do that. I wish they would just allow us to do it that way. You know, but you know, it's the little bit of gamble everyone takes a little bit. Legalities says that you can't do it, but sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to. So the key is to ride safely. That's the main thing, I think. But if you want to stay within the letter of the law, yeah, you got to keep these bikes at 20 miles per hour maximum, 750 watts. Yeah. All right. All right, so now we got some guys running in front of us here. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, it's some guys and girls running there. I think it's part of the high school. Probably getting ready for their cross-country stuff or whatever. I don't know. Here's more guys here. They're running too. With this air quality, I wouldn't suggest them doing that. Yeah, it's really bad. It's the worst I've ever smelled. And you can see the haze too. Man, it's awful. Anyway, Solar Sparrow chain. Yeah. Somebody asked if they ever plan to use the, okay, there's the bike here, a car there. We have the right of way. They did stop, but I always double check. I don't just blow through at that. If I see a car there, you want to make sure that that they stop when they're supposed to stop, right? Somebody asked whether there will be a Solar Sparrow belt drive version again. I believe they are still working on something. Yeah, we don't know when that'll be. But I kind of like the chain version anyway. I like to have the gears available to me if I want to shift. And their gear ratio is really nice on their bikes now. Yeah, they have a 10T in the back. Yeah. Plus, a decent chainring size as well. So, yeah, you really don't ghost pedal at all on these bikes. And the motors are so quiet now. So it really makes it a nice ride. So was it difficult making these modifications to the bike? Not really. No, you just take the saddle off. I still have the suspension seat post from the NCX suspension seat post from Suntour. It's still there. All I did is I disconnected the saddle, changed out that bottom section. It's just 3 screws. And then changing out the stem, handlebar stem, I guess that's a little more involved a little bit, but still relatively easy to do. And there's a front plate in the front that the cables slide into. That's how to keep the cable management really nice on these bikes. So yeah, it wasn't hard at all. Yeah, I charged up the battery because I knew I was going to take it out today, and so I'm all ready to go. Yep. Hey, have you seen my U-Free ads? Yeah. Part of my review has been taken and used as part of their ads. So you'll see me talking about the Solar Sparrow chain, how if you're a shorter rider, it's really nice for you guys. Yeah, it is. What about the taller rider? Well, like I said, if you make certain modifications, it helps you, but if you want an even taller ride, then maybe something like the Stellar Falcon would be a better choice for you. Yeah, the interesting thing about the Stellar Falcon is the Stellar Falcon 2, City Robin 3, get confused on which model numbers there are. Stellar Falcon 2, there's a mid-step and a step-through. The step-through has the curved back handlebar. The mid-step has the standard, more straight handlebar. Yeah. I have the mid-step version of the Stellar Falcon. I had also the step-through version of the original Stellar Falcon, but again, that one did not have the swept back handlebar. But the current ones do. I don't have one of those. I do have the City Robin 3 step-through version. That's a curved back handlebar, and that's an easy riding bike. I would call that bike something that would be an everyday ride around town type of bike. Same thing with this Solar Sparrow. But again, this bike is quite capable. I mean, you could do 28 miles an hour in this thing if you wanted to. We find a lot of the bikes now tend to be smaller wheels, in the sense of, I mean, these are still 26-inch wheels, and some bikes are coming in 27.5-inch wheels, but the widths are not like the 4-inch fat tires. Some of them are 3-inch, some of them are smaller than that. So they're kind of coming in as commuter style bikes, hybrid style bikes. that seems to be getting more popular than the big 4-inch fat tires. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the bikes that I have coming in for reviews and stuff are kind of that style now, which is fine. It's just that you should be aware if you're looking for a 4-inch fat tire bike, you're getting less of them available as far as choices of new models that are coming out. Recently, I've been out at my project area again, which is still going to stay unnamed until I'm ready to release why I'm out there. I had a chance to talk to the acting chief of police. I guess he's the deputy chief, but I don't know if the chief is retiring or what, but he is currently acting as the main chief of police right now. He's the police chief of the area that I was at for the last several days and last couple weeks when I was out there for a long time, riding the City Robin 3 out there. So I got to meet him, and we talked for a long time, and we were talking, well, first off, he was interested in talking to me because, I told him that I used to work in San Diego as an evidence technician out there. So we find that law enforcement guys tend to gravitate towards other law enforcement guys. Even though I haven't been in law enforcement in a long, long time, but, there's still a camaraderie, so to speak. So we were talking, and I asked him about the e-bike situation out in his area. I says, how's that going for you guys? And he says, no, it's not so bad. I says, have they made any big changes in regulations out in your area? And he says, not really. He says, however, he did emphasize that, they're going to maintain these 750 watt motors. They're looking for bikes with active pedals. In other words, not e-moto style bikes or any dirt bike type of thing, It says 20 miles per hour limits on those, age limits, you got to be like 15 years old, that type of thing that we've heard pretty much all over the place of Illinois here. He says, but as far as heavy duty regulations, he goes, no, not really. He says, we haven't really gone that hard. So I said to him, I says, well, do you think I would have any issues with any of my bikes? And we looked at some of my bikes. He says, nah, you're not going to have any problems. He says, nobody's going to hassle you. He says, we're really more actively looking at the kids who are doing things like wheelies and riding dangerously out here. So I said, well, yeah, that seems to make sense. And I mentioned to him that in my area here, the local police department says pretty much the same thing. So they're not that much different. And so then I asked them about the stop signs. As you all know, I tend to skate through the stop signs if there's nobody around, right? If there's no cars around, no people around, so I told them, here's what I typically do. I'll ride up to a stop sign and I'll look around. If I don't see anybody, there's nobody in front, nobody behind me, nobody to the sides of me, there's no people, there's no cars, I'll just go right through. I says, I'll slow down and I'll go right through. I says, would you ticket me for that? This is the chief of police, okay? He goes, no. He says, no. I go, why not? He says, well, we're looking for the intent again. He says, if we see that you've made an effort, there's nobody around you, that's fine. He says, however, there's always a however. You don't know what everybody will do. Some police officers might ticket you, some might not. See, there you go. It's the same thing as police discretion, right? We've been saying that a long time. All right, I'm gonna swing out of here because I don't want to go on the major street. So let's go through here and just swing the bike around. Go right through here, make a U-turn right here. Come back out here, go back around. Okay, I'm going out through the entrance side, and there's nobody here. It says do not enter. Oh, I remember that. There's some streets out here. They don't want traffic coming down their street. I don't know why. Why are they so privileged? So anyways, he said that, yeah, he says it's up to each officer what they want to do, but he wouldn't do it. The thing is if you've ever ridden a bike before, anybody that is, you know it takes some effort to hop on, hop off, start up, start off, you know, stop, start off, up again. It's not that easy to do on a bike. So he says, no. He says, I don't think I would. He says, now if you've been riding crazy and you blow through the stop sign, that's another story. Yeah, I would too. I wouldn't think that would be something they wouldn't do. I would stop that guy too if it was me. So anyway, it was nice meeting him. So if he's been watching any of my videos, hello to you, sir. Thank you for spending so much time with me. I told him, I says, I'll be riding through your area every now and then. Yeah, because I'm still working on my project, which will be unnamed. I'll talk about that later. If you know where it is, just keep it to yourself. Yeah, we'll do a reveal one day, let you know what's happening. But anyways, I'm back home again, so riding around my area. I brought a couple bikes out there too, because I know I'll be out there every now and then doing the stuff that I'm doing. Okay, is this guy gonna stop here? He's just, yeah, I guess he's waiting for me to come through. So if they're waiting for me to come through, then I guess I'll come through. I got no option but to come through, right? So anyway, I said I'll be riding around your area every now and then. You'll see me. At least his officers will see me. He might not be out there doing that. I don't know. I don't know what his function as acting chief would be. I would tend to think he's inside more than out on the street, but who knows? I don't know what they do. I know the chief of police, when I was working out in San Diego, he wouldn't be out there, no way. I don't know what they do nowadays. There's more other things that they have to deal with. Street cops have their own things to deal with. Chief of police, maybe something else. All right, we're gonna take a left turn here, slow down. All right, that car's waiting for me to turn, so I will turn. That's the thing, you know, even with the stop signs, even if you were to stop and do all that stuff, a lot of cars wait for you. They wait for you to see what you do before they do anything. So you kind of impede traffic if you think about it. Let's go this way. So that's the story. That's the story. Yeah, I tend to talk to a lot of the police officers I see, you know, if they're not busy. And he wasn't busy at the time. So we had a chance to talk, and yeah, I didn't know he was the chief of police. Well, at that point, acting chief of police. His badge basically said deputy chief. Yeah, I'm looking here. I'm going, okay, maybe this is why they don't want you to go down their street, because it just outputs you on one of the major streets here. I don't want to do that. How did I end up all the way over here? I don't want to do this. I don't want to be over here. How did I end up over here? Russ gets lost easy. I told you guys, let's turn around. Let's turn around. We're not gonna take that street. Forget it. Hop and turn. Yeah, U-turns and me don't go too well. Hop and turn. Anyway, that's the story. That's what I've been up to for the last several days. And yeah, I don't think until this thing clears up, I don't think I'm going to be taking it outside again. I can tell that this has got to be bad for your lungs. Yeah, this is the one and only time I'll go out this week. I think we will stay inside or do a more from Russ video in the car. All right. Anyways, hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already done that. Always helps me out when you do that. Let's go down this way. I mean, did we come down this way? I think we came down this way. Craziness. All right. Talk to you guys next time.